Hey guys, so it's John K here, and I want to give you a little look at some of the stuff we're working on in Eco right now. So today I'm going to show you some simulations we're doing with the hydrology system and the pollution system. So you can see we got a little world here. It's a pretty small world. You can actually fly all the way around it. And yeah, there's just one river here, so we made a really tiny world for this demo here. And we've made this tool called a hydrometer. So that's this magic wand looking thing here. So what this does is when you activate it, it gives you a view of the irrigation levels in the world. So you can see things that are more blue are more hydrated, and things that are lighter are less hydrated. So you can see that the water's not seeping through the stone here, so it's pure white there. But it is seeping around it, so it runs in 3 dimensions, and each voxel kind of will seep water into the next one. And when you're doing farming and anything that requires irrigation, it's really going to depend on what these levels are. So for example, if you need to irrigate some lands, you could dig a little underground canal over here. And then over time, the simulation is going to start integrating that, so you can see this area is starting to get a lot wetter, and that will seep up to the above levels eventually, depending how far away they are. So that's going to be a really important part of our farming system. So you can irrigate these lands in different ways, even if they're not really close to a water supply. It's going to be a big part of what you're doing there. The other system I want to show you is the pollution system. So if you take a look at this thing, so this is a refinery I've placed here in the world, and as it generates minerals, it's creating mining tailings. So you put ore into this machine. There's a furnace inside here that you can put ore into, and all that ore, most of it is just waste, and that waste has to go somewhere. So the waste is going outside in a huge pile back here. This is a pile of mining tailings. And it's basically the leftover ore that didn't have any minerals in it. You know, you've taken the minerals out of it, and now it's just sitting around causing pollution. So runoff from rain will actually spread it around. So we're simulating that by kind of a similar system to the way the water works. Each voxel contains a certain amount of pollution, and it can seep into the surrounding voxels by it, depending on what type they are. And it can actually get into the water too. So if you look down here, I've put a giant pile over here that's seeping into the water, so you can actually see the water starting to get polluted, starting to change color, and that's going to have a huge impact on the aquatic life, as well as seeping into other ground and just kind of polluting the whole riverway. So once pollution gets into a water supply, it's usually pretty bad. So this is probably the worst place you could actually put a refinery. It's right next to the river. So you can look at that. So one of the things you can do, you can pull up your pollution meter. That's this little test tube here. And anything tinted green is polluted. So you can see that it's really just kind of spreading out throughout the world in this radius. And the bigger the pile is, the farther it will spread. So what you need to do in the game is actually start moving this stuff, getting it out of exposed areas. So putting it into a containment facility or putting it underground, things like that. And the ecosystem will slowly start to heal itself. You can see that there's some dead plants that have already happened here. These ones are still alive, but over time they'll actually die off as well. So you really got to think about where you're building these types of buildings, and what's happening with the waste that's being generated from these things, and basically have plans to deal with it. I mean, you have to generate pollution. You need the minerals that this refinery is creating, but if you don't think about the full picture, you could get some bad results. So that's just a quick look at something we're working on in Eco. We got just a few more days left in our Kickstarter, so really hoping we get that last criminal justice system stretch goal. And yeah, hope you'll stay with us to the end. All right, talk to you guys later.